Hey, what's up everyone? It is Dark Viper. I am here to show you a price guide for June 15th update in Skyblox. Prices have been shifting a little bit from the update. It may change a week from now. It may change tomorrow. You never know based on supply and demand. Some things, for example, the devs might put out a patch to something or nerf something, and that's going to completely shift the dynamics of what people are spending on items. So this video is really here to help you from getting scammed by other players, because I'm hearing a lot of feedback from y'all in the comments that you are realizing you were pricing things wrong all along. So I'm really hoping this video is going to help some of you figure out what you should be charging or spending on items. Of course, there's going to be some hardcore traders in here that are going to disagree because, I may be lower than what they're trying to sell their items for. Of course, they're going to be upset by something that might be lower than what they're looking for to get for their items. So I get it. And look, I've actually increased some prices on some things that I think are actually undervalued. So there's going to be a little bit of give and take in here, and you're never going to have a full agreement ever on a pricing video, okay? Or any kind of pricing guide. You're never going to be in full agreement. So let's just go ahead and agree to disagree in some of these. This is going to be my opinion, but you're going to find I'm actually going to justify a lot of pricing in here. So there's not going to be that big of a variance, I think, inside of some of these values. So a lot of players actually do get scammed by wrong prices all the time. I've actually read in the comments that people have undersold their cry iron. They've undersold buff crystals. They've undersold propellers because sometimes they get it too easily. So they don't think it's rare, right? So like, imagine if you were like farming something and you got it right away suddenly, and you don't know what it is, you don't know what it's for, and you just kind of sell it because it's not something you know what it does. That's how you kind of get, you're kind of scamming yourself, but someone else isn't telling you what it's worth, and so you don't know how to price it. On top of that, you might have been pricing things since you started playing, and prices do shift. So for example, the smelters, I remember when I was still selling those for like 90,000, and then they jumped up to like closer to 300,000. So you should always keep an eye out on the Discord trading channels, and I will try to do more videos like this whenever a new update comes out. I will try my best to give you updated prices for things. Economics 101, supply and demand. For example, I'm going to get into some things. There's certain items in the economy right now that there's too much of, and I think you're going to see that price for that object decline rapidly because no one's really buying them either. There's no demand. There's so much supply and very little demand for buyers that you're going to see it go down, and you're seeing other things that are really low right now that are going to go up based on just watching how many people are actually looking for that item. So I'm going to be showing you what items are being traded most often on a regular basis. I'm going to exclude a lot of things that are just kind of noise that, for example, there's not a lot of people going for decoration or furniture items. Those are kind of one-offs. They are looking for those things, but they're so small in volume that they're not really going to be significant enough for me to spend an hour on this video for things that there's not enough data for me to be able to research and tell you this table, for example, is worth X amount of coin. And honestly, a lot of those items, unless they're worth 100,000 plus, they probably don't really need a dedicated price guide to it. I'll let you all kind of figure out what something's worth from a furniture standpoint. So whenever I do these videos, I'm actually going to keep these vending machines out so that it's going to be easy for me to show you what items prices are and what they look like and what their names are and stuff. So you have no questions of what I'm talking about when I do talk about it, on exception of some items that I don't have due to their rarity. So I think I only have 2 items that I'm missing right now. I will talk to you about those and why I don't have them yet, but we're going to go and start over here. So we're going to go and start with Buffle core crystal. So the issue with buff crystal is that you can AFK these very easily, whereas a pink sticky gear you can't. So the reason is that Buffle core you could just grind these all day, whereas pink slime are actually really rare to spawn. I don't know how many of you have actually gone through the same thing as I, but I spent like 3 hours trying to grind pink sticky gears, and I finally got the ones that I needed to be able to do my smelter. So if you think about it, like Buffle core crystals should actually be worth less than a pink sticky gear. It makes 0 sense, but because there's so many items that require this crystal, I can see why it's worth so much. But again, I think that you're going to start seeing this kind of flip with pink sticky gears because there is way more demand on the Discord for pink sticky gear and way few sellers, whereas it's the opposite for these crystals. And you can auto FK crystals all day. I can actually probably get about 10 of these in about 24 hours. So again, it's not like a really crazy rare item, whereas pink sticky gear, good luck. It's going to take me forever to get one of those. Here we got the pearl. So the pearl is actually declining in value rapidly because there's way too much supply and there's very little demand. I didn't see that many players actually asking for pearls in the trading Discord, yet I see see inventory of like 40 plus of these things. And I actually have like 40 or 50 of these myself, and they're really, really easy to get. So if you watched my video from the other day, I actually got like, I think during that entire session, I think I got either, it was somewhere between like 4 or 6. I can't remember how many I got, but I had so many pearls that it made little sense for the price. It was just too easy to get them. And that's without any game pass. Imagine if I was actually fishing with this account with the game passes, but I've got the pro pass. Can you imagine how many of these I would get? So I was selling them for 40K. That was a wholesale price. I'm seeing them drop to 30K. Right now I have it at 40K just for market value for as of this video. But I actually think you're going to start seeing this drop to maybe like 15,000 to 20,000 soon. But for now, this is what I'm thinking it's worth. There are some transactions going out still for more, but I think this is a fair market value. Again, traders, don't be mad at me if I'm lowering something's price. I actually don't think that you're going to be able to sustain your prices for very long for these pearls, unfortunately. Next, we have Propeller. So similar way you get these, right? Pearl, you get them from the fishing pond. Propeller, you get from the fishing pond as well. And I haven't even caught one of these myself yet. I haven't gotten a Propeller myself. I've only bought them, and I've seen them go for anywhere between 500,000 to $1 million, and sometimes more than $1 million, because this is the key ingredient to the industrial washer, right? So you can't make an industrial washer without a propeller. Some people are getting these very, very easily, but it's completely based on luck. So I'm actually thinking this is going to be worth the 1 million mark more than anything. And especially as players tire out on fishing, this fishing update is brand new, right? So you're going to see more propellers out right now. So there's going to be a lot more supply than there's going to be as players kind of wear out on fishing, because fishing is exhausting. So if you think the supply is going to continue to increase on propellers, I really don't think it will be. Boring to fish over and over and over, and it's a pain in the butt. So I just don't see, unless they come out with like easier fishing, methods, maybe like an upgrade to your fishing pole or something, maybe this is going to increase in supply. Going over to green sticky gear, 2,000 is pretty fair. I've done a lot of transactions with green stickies. I know they're worth 2,000, so I'm not really going to go beyond that. If you're selling it to someone, you can sell it as low as 1,000, so they can resell it at 2,000. But pretty much, if you're looking for one, 2,000 is really fair market. Blue sticky, I've seen all over the place here, but the thing is it's pretty stable at 20,000. You're going to see some people selling it up to 50,000, and they can do that. It's okay. So again, this video is going to be all about kind of like the middle ground, right? You're going to see pricing north of this and under this. You're going to see pricing north of this and under this. These are just kind of the middle ground. Just because it's off a little bit doesn't mean it's the wrong price. So for example, blue sticky gear, if someone's selling it for 30,000, big deal. That's not like they're trying to scam you or anything. Now, pink sticky gears, I see a lot of people trying to buy these for 50,000. I actually believe they're worth way more than 90,000, but I'm going to have to go around the community and try to convince everyone that. The thing is I actually know for a fact if I actually posted one of these out there for over 100,000, someone's going to buy it. Just because the demand is out there so much, people are getting desperate for these. And when you have no supply and sellers, no one's selling them. I couldn't find any sellers. So unless you're really getting crazy with your numbers here, I actually think 90,000 is very conservative. But again, I think some people are probably selling these for wrong values, and that's how people are getting these, is they're just going around server hopping and they're finding people with underpriced sticky gears, because they're pricing this back when smelters were worth like 60,000 or 50,000 for a while there. And that's all because of the duping that was happening. A lot of people were duping, and then that got patched, or mostly patched, I'm guessing, because I still suspect a lot of dupings happening. Over here, crystallized iron. So I typically buy and sell these between 70,000 and 90,000 consistently. I've bought a lot of them. I've bought a lot of these. I've been to a lot of islands. So you might disagree with me on some of these prices, but remember, I have visited a lot of islands in my trading. For all these videos, I have to do a ton of trades. In order to get those 500 vending machines, I had to visit so many islands, and so did my team. So remember, just because I might say something's different, it is based on a lot of experience of trading and seeing consistencies across those islands and watching the trading channel constantly on Discord. If you just search my name in there, you're going to see so many postings by me, and I get so many people messaging me with offers and pricing. So, don't be surprised if I'm telling you something, that you may disagree with, but that's okay, because I know what these are going for. I know what they are. So crystallized iron, 70,000 to 90,000. I think you can easily get 90,000, but I do believe it's going to start dropping to probably closer to 80,000. It's just so easy to get these right now, especially with my game pass. With the pro pass, it's so much easier to get things. So I think you're going to find that these are going to start dropping a little bit, but right now crystallized iron is needed for so many different things that you're going to see a lot of demand for them still. Buffle Island Key, a lot of people are getting these and are trying to sell them for like 4,000. They're only worth 1,000. Coal blocks, these are pretty much close to the pricing guides. So if you look at the official price guide, I've seen usually whenever I'm looking at listings, because I actually do go back in history theory for supply and demand, just so you know. I actually scrape a ton of days worth of content and postings within the Skyblox trading channel, and I look for every single one of these. I read pretty much everyone's sell post and pretty much everyone's buy post to be able to figure out what these are worth and what they're going for and what I'm willing to spend on, and based on the supply and demand. There's a little bit of logic behind that as well. So, you know, I'm looking at buy postings, I'm looking at all of it. But in the case of these are pretty firm. You know, you're going to see cold blocks go for 200, you're going to see iron blocks for 350. Still rods, you can see, you know, I've seen some of those go for closer to 1,000 or 1,500 depending on who it is. I actually think, you know, keep it at 800 is fine. You can give or take depending on how much you think iron's worth at the time. Gold ore is pretty consistent between 2,000 and 2,500, sometimes 1,000, because you do have to still smelt it. So it is a, you know, there's a little bit of labor costs here and overhead, but I would say 2,000 is actually pretty, you know, reasonable for gold ore. Gold itself, I've done a whole lot of buying and selling at 3,000. So you'll see a lot of people going, oh, well, it's only worth 2,000, and that's usually the buyer who's trying to go wholesale prices so they can make a profit, right? So they don't want to have to spend the 3,000 because they want to buy it at 2,000 so they can mark it up to 2,500 or 3,000. That's how, you know, traders profit. So gold blocks are worth about anywhere between 30,000 and 40,000. I actually just adjusted it because I saw that it was wrong. Because in order to make a gold block, you need 10 of these, you know, and if I'm saying it's 3,000, you got to add a little bit of labor. I actually think they're probably worth like maybe 35,000, but because the machine doesn't allow us to break up into 5,000s once it hits a certain point, you know, I would say 40,000. You know, if you can get maybe someone, like if you're going to buy bulk, that's where you start getting discounts. And that's one thing you got to remember. A lot of this stuff you can get discounted. So if I'm saying it's 3,000, if you're buying like, you know, 1,000 pieces from someone, you shouldn't be paying 3,000 coins. Remember, bulk always should come up with discounts. So if I go to someone and say, hey man, I want to buy like 20 of these buff crystals from you, I'm not going to pay whatever I'm thinking the market. I'm probably going to pay like, maybe I'll say like, you know, I'll pay 180,000 for them, you know, or if I want to do bulk pearls, I'm going to pay 20,000 for each of those. You know, I don't think it's fair to go to someone and expect them to pay the same price for individual for bulk. And that's just how typical stuff works when you're doing wholesale kind of stuff like that. So if I said, hey man, I want to buy 10,000 gold from you, you're probably going to have to sell that to me for maybe like 2,200 a piece. I'm not going to pay 3,000 each. And so that's the same thing for gold blocks. Typically when people buy gold blocks, they're doing it for decorative purposes or for some kind of flex. So you're probably going to see maybe that go down to like 30,000, maybe something a little lower than that. And then gilded steel rods, I mean, you do the math. You can do the math. It's a lot of gold that's required. I do see people willing to pay 50,000 for these. So, you know, you could see anywhere between 40,000 and 50,000 on this guy. Berry seeds, I am firm at the 8,000 right now. I do see this going up just because the oily crops are costing people a lot, and these are actually super OP. The other day, I actually earned over 14 million just on a 8-hour auto farm on these. So, you know, I think berry seeds are really pretty much the crop to harvest right now. And so because of that, demand is high. I mean, I sell actually at 8,500 to 10,000 sometimes. So, you know, for each seed. So you got to remember these are gold right now. This is probably one of the most valuable items that people are buying. It's the most in demand, or at least one of the most in demand items that you're going to find in the game right now. Iron war axes pretty much go 150,000 all day. So there's not very much variance or difference between buyers and sellers on that. Gilded steel pickaxes. So a lot of people are thinking these are only worth, you know, maybe 700 or even 800,000. It's really hard to get someone to let go of theirs for 800,000. I actually offered 1.1 million for 5 of these and no one took. So think about that for a bit. No one took on my 1.1. A lot of them are like, you know, I'll let it go for 850,000, but it's my only one. And I don't really, you know, they're kind of like hesitant, like, I want to keep it because the cost to make these is so much and it's such a pain and everyone loses them. You know, I've lost like 5 of these. So, you know, you're gonna find that these are pretty consistent across the board. So I just edited the gilded steel hammer price. I had it a little low. So this is actually probably worth a little bit more than $1 million in my opinion, but I'm seeing transactions going between 750,000 from sellers up to 800,000. I'm not seeing a lot of million prices on sellers. So whenever I see listings, generally speaking, you're going to see it for probably around the 800,000 mark. And I don't really know why. Maybe it's just too expensive and most people already have one, so they don't need multiples. But I think the gilded steel hammer is actually probably closer to like a 1.2 million coin item. But I think the problem again is demand is not there, so people are lowering the prices, even though it's technically worth a lot more. Water catcher 2,000 all day. Washing stations diamonds, I'm seeing a reduction in demand for these because it's so easy to make now that the pearls are a lot more common. So, you know, 200,000 is pretty fair, and that's what I'm seeing pretty much across the board from people. A lot of people don't want to spend more than like 50,000 on these, but you know, they're still going for about 200,000 is what I'm seeing consistently. Sometimes 150,000, but 200,000, if you're going to sell it, go ahead and list it at 200. Conveyor belts, 1,500 all day long. So I think 1,000 is actually a little low for trellis, but that's pretty fair market right now. I would say it's worth more just because the birch is a big pain to have to, you know, farm. Basic sprinklers are worth right now. They're going for quite a bit because of the demand out there. You could easily see someone trying to list them for 200,000. I think 120,000 is actually pretty fair. Most buyers aren't really willing to spend more than 100,000. They're usually around the 80,000 mark is what they're looking for. But sellers on the low end, you're seeing them at about 80, you know, anywhere between 80,000 to 100,000. So based on the demand alone, I think 120,000 is fair. And I think you're going to start seeing this sink down to maybe about 80,000 pretty soon, maybe a little less. But I think this is pretty fair right now. Vending machines are hard to find, despite what anyone thinks price-wise, value-wise. I actually think these are worth a lot more than 150,000. But just purely for the fact that I actually built a 500 vending machine tower and having to trade for a week to find these, it's actually easier to find the green sticky gears and the crystallized iron and all that kind of material in order to make these than it is to actually find the vending machines. And it's actually cheaper to go and just craft these yourself. But I actually think these are, you know, worth north of 150,000. Some people were selling them for 100,000. I think that's too low. Definitely looking at 150,000 to 200,000 for these. Compost is a pretty basic item. I'm not going to go into that. It's 1,500. Industrial stone cutter, I'm seeing based on the materials and, you know, the buff crystal requirement, I agree with 350,000 price tag. I mean, if buff crystal is going from between 250,000, sometimes more, you know, you actually still have to craft this thing. So, you know, 350,000 because it's a lot like a smelter kind of value. I think that's a fair price. You can find it for less though. I do see some people, you know, they're trying to buy it for 250,000. Some people are trying to sell it for 330,000. So it's probably because the demand is not there. So you could see this probably drop into maybe like 320 or something. So industrial washing station is one of the most unstable value items on Skyblox right now. And the reason is it's just the propeller prices are all over the place. So cost to make them is different. People are making them really, really fast. I'm suspecting some duping going on just because of the quantities I'm seeing. When I was able to buy pretty much like 70 out the gate, I thought that was a little suspicious, but I don't really know what's going on here. I could be completely wrong about that, but what I will tell you is I'm seeing prices, you know, anywhere between 1.2 million all the way up to 5 million still. And I think a lot of the reason why we see that upside is there was a lot of early investment in these, and a lot of people are stuck holding the bag with, you know, having spent over 5 million, myself included, right? So I spent over 5 million on mine, and now I'm seeing them listed for under 2 million. Sometimes I've seen them at 3 million, sometimes 4 million still. So based on the materials you need, including the propeller, the 3 blue gears, and all that, I think, you know, baseline, you're going to see these for about 1.3 million. Some people think it's maybe 1.2 million. I actually think that's too low. I think that's getting closer to someone's cost to make these in volume. So if I had to go buy 10 propellers out right now, do you think I'm going to get those for under a million, maybe 900,000, 800,000, 700,000? Am I going to be able to find enough of those at a consistent price? And I would say no. I don't think I would be able to without competing maybe with someone else that's buying them at the same time. So, you know, it comes down to demand and price and availability. I think these are worth 2 million right now. You know, again, I'm going to upset some traders who are trying to clear their stock where they overspent on these just like myself. So I feel your pain, but I think the best way to get out of that is start investing in more of these washing stations. Find what your average spend on and is, you know, just try to decrease your price and try to get out of it. The demand's still here for washing stations. So, you know, 2 million is not that bad, but again, buyer and seller beware. This is a very unstable priced item right now, and it's going to stabilize over the next week or two as we figure out where propeller's going. Industrial smelters are going for anywhere between 280,000 up to 350,000. That's purely because, like I said, the pink sticky gear is incredibly rare. It's in high demand, so you're seeing fewer and fewer smelters. And I think what happened is these got duped a lot early on, so the value and price went way low. But the difference here, and the reason why I think it went up, is they patched a bunch of duping bugs, and on top of that, we had an influx of so many new Roblox players that these got eaten up, and there's fewer in the economy. So a lot of people thought the economy was destroyed by these, but because it got patched and no one's really grinding pink sticky gears very much, the availability of these actually shrunk and demand continued to increase as new players came in. So imagine, you know, maybe 1 million players wanting industrial smelters. Well, no one made that many. So you're going to see the increase in demand, and that's why the price is going up. I actually think this price might continue to go up if we don't get more pink sticky gears soon. Industrial ovens really cheap to make. You can actually make these very easily, but you know, because it costs less than 11,000 to make this, so you're just going to mark it up a little bit for labor. So industrial sawmill only costs like 100,000 to make. A lot of people are trying to sell these for anywhere between 200,000 and 350,000. I think there's a little confusion of what these are worth, because these only require like 3 blue sticky gears, which you can get for 20,000 each. So that's 60,000, plus you need 8 steel rods, which is basically, you know, pennies, right? So you're looking at pretty well under 100,000 to make these. I think they're just way overpriced, and I think a lot of people are just kind of bundling up because a lot of people don't know what these are worth. So a seller's going to say, hey, no one's going to know the difference that should be, you know, less than 300,000 because all of these are going for so much. Maybe the sawmill is going to go for that much, but they're really, really cheap to make. So I would say 150,000 is actually a fair price. If you see someone going more than that, you might as well just make it yourself. So medium chests, I'm hearing you can actually get these for cheaper, but I actually sold a bunch of mine for about 15,000 each, and that seemed like a pretty fair price. On top of that, you're seeing sellers trying to sell these for 20,000. So I actually think this is a decent price. You can try to find these for less though. Industrial chests, similar boat here. I'm seeing some industrial chests going for up to 40,000. So kind of between 30,000 and 40,000. Unfortunately, there isn't a 25,000. And I actually think 30,000 is too much for these. These are actually pretty easy to make. I mean, if you imagine if I bought a bunch of these, it's not that much harder to make one of these if I already have one of these, because this is a crafting item required for industrial chest. Lanterns, candles, and lampposts. These are actually pretty fair prices. I've had pricing where these were much, much different, where the lantern here was valued at 5,000. I had this at 2,000, and I had this at 10,000. But the reality is my lamppost never moved at 10,000. I've heard a lot of people were selling them for 10,000, but I never did. So you're looking at a lot less for this if the demand's just not there. If you actually want to move these products, then and not wait for one out of maybe a couple hundred people to actually buy these. And usually the people that are going to buy these just they want these because their island requires that. So they might buy a bunch of them from you, but it's that one person that's buying a bunch of those from you, and not the general population when you're trying to push it at 10,000. But if someone came up and said, oh, it's only 6,000, you're gonna sell a lot more of these than just trying to sell it to one person. So this is pretty much a little bit more fair market. Now, the only reason why these are pretty much the same price here is even though candle is easier to make, they actually look better, and a lot of people don't really like that this can't be attached to anything. They are usually disappointed when they buy the lanterns. So moving over here, umbrella blueprint. This is kind of an anomaly product. I've been trying my best to find one of these on the official Discord, and so has pretty much the entire population of Skyblox. So I've seen more postings from people trying to offer for these than anyone selling them. And I even offered $1 million for this item, and I couldn't find anyone that was selling these for $1 million. So I did buy it off my friend Kai, who's in here somewhere. He's part of the recording team, and he actually happened to have it. He got it completely by luck, just in the nick of time, because we were looking all over for one, and he actually got it from the banker. And so I bought it from him for $1 million. So that's not to say that that's what the value is here. It actually might be worth more because it's super hard to find. I think what's happening is people get the umbrella blueprint and then they use it and they don't know that they used it or should have kept it, because there's a lot of people willing to give a lot of money for this. Again, I was willing to pay $1 million just because I wanted it. And there's a lot of people that want the umbrellas. They really, really want this. In fact, when I posted that I was looking for this, someone actually messaged me and said, hey, if you get that blueprint, can I buy the umbrella off you? So you can see people want the umbrellas, they want the items. So this is actually a pretty in-demand blueprint. So I'd love to hear in the comments, if anyone in the comments have these for sale, let me know. And then this weird thing right here, this is just a monument for something we don't have. This is in place of the food processor. I could not get my hands on a food processor. There's people that are willing to spend 400 million plus on this food processor that is super hard to get, super rare. The thing is I'm not going to actually worry about it. I'm not going to spend 400. I'm not going to try to spend 400 million on something like that. I think it's a bit of a waste of money, especially considering it's a glitched item, and they may actually just put the item in the game for real. So why would I try to go for something for 400 million? But it is a cool item. If I can get my hands on one to do a video and feature it and maybe do a collab with someone that has one, especially in comments, if anyone has one in comments, I'd love to do a video dedicated to the food processor, because I'd like to see what it does, and I'd like to just check it out and showcase it for everyone. And the last two here are actually, and I'm missing one right here because I didn't get it, but I'll tell you what that one is. But the torch and the test totems, these prices are fluctuating. It seems like the test totems in particular got duped a lot. I'm hearing there's some players with like thousands of these, which is really worrisome that there's so many of them out there. And you'll notice that some of them are going, you know, for 400,000, 500,000. So this price is going all over the place. I'm seeing a lot less torches though, but the downside of torches, they don't look good. So, and they're not functional, whereas a test totem can actually be an iron totem for you. So you can actually make stuff with the test totem, whereas you can't do anything with torch. The torch is just kind of useless. So the only reason why you have the price differences here is you can actually buy a bunch of these in bulk for about 500,000 to 550,000, and then people are reselling them for 650 to 750. If you want to charge more, and you can tell me, hey Dark, most of these items I actually sell them for a lot more than what you've had. That's because you probably have them on your island, and I could do the same thing. I can actually put these test totems, and I've sold so many test totems for $1 million. But when you go to the trading Discord channel and the general populace who knows what these things are worth and are familiar with the prices, this is what you're going to see it at, 650. Same for the torch. You're going to see them kind of fluctuating around up and down from this price here. And lastly, the empty one here. There's no, this is, you know, I should put a block down for something we don't have. There's the test blueprint that is going around that basically does nothing anymore. And it's just kind of a useless blueprint that's still in the game, that was supposedly taken out of the game, but it's still kind of, you know, going around. And apparently it's kind of glitchy as well. But I'm seeing people buying those for, you know, upwards to 60 million right now. So I know someone actually made a huge profit on them, and he flipped them and moved them to some other players, and I think he made like, I don't know, between 60 million to 90 million. And I won't mention him. He can mention himself inside the comments if he wants to reveal who he is. There's definitely a demand for a test blueprint, which, like I said, it does nothing. It's purely collectible, just like the torch is purely collectible, just like the test totem is kind of 50% collectible. I think you're going to find a lot of these items just being collector's items, and that's cool. There's also some other items that are being circulated that I've heard about. It's just a lot of rumors. I haven't seen it myself, but I hope this value list was helpful for you. I really hope that you will actually, you know, do a little bit more research on your own too. Don't take my word for it, you know, as Bible or anything for these price guides, but this is kind of what we're looking at right now with fair market value. Again, prices fluctuate all the time. You know, sorry to anyone that I've made upset because I undervalued your washing machine. I get it. I get it. Mine are too. If you did like the video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new. On top of that, I do want to shout out QueenElsaPony here, who helped me set this up, and I'll see y'all next time. Caesar Farms is officially open, run by just one man, that man being me, of course. Oh my god, what's this? I treat our crops with whoa, they never use harsh chemicals? When you see my prices, you'll love how reasonable they are for all the hard work I put into them. Oh man, let's check this guy out. KaiCaesar. All right. Wow, look at this. He's got a conveyor. Wow, this is cool. So sophisticated. Okay, let's go check his store out. Hey, Kai. 1,500 coins. Oh my god. What the heck, dude? 1,500 coins. I'm getting 30 coin for berry seeds. What on earth? How? Wait, he's got this flipped. He thinks the seeds are cheaper than the berries. Wow. Wooden sword for 1,000. This is not an upgrade. The dough is part of a make your own pie kit selling for such a cheap price compared to all the work that was put into ingredients. Carefully chosen amongst the best premium oh my god. Oh, he's so in love with what he does. 5 coin for these. Wow, that's actually a good price. Wow. These berries though, he's gonna get scammed. Oh my god, your berries are wrong. No. Oh no, she's gonna buy them. No, don't buy them. I hope she doesn't buy this. Okay, so I think you need to. You need to bump your price here. You got it all wrong. Oh, these seeds, I'm selling them for so cheap and hope it might light a spark in one's mind to ignite the need for farming. What? Oh my god. Yeah, but what can we do with the berries? The berries are wrong. I have to buy one. It's the most expensive berry I've ever eaten. 6,500 down the drain. That tasted amazing. I'm gonna have to buy this too. Oh, how many does he have? He's got 2. He's got 3 of them. I took them. And this isn't for sale. It's from previously mentioned great grandma. That's behind as a gift to me when he. Never mind. I value it highly and leave it here for everyone. It's my pride and joy. Oh god. Yeah, I just took off with it. It's mine. You'll never catch it. I'm gonna drop it. I got 6 of his grandfather's slime keys. Wow, he's really worried. Look it. He's really worried. So dumb. So dumb. Why did we do this? Why did we do this? No. It was so dumb. Here, take your grandfather's key back. Here. Here, take it back. Take it back. Oh, it's Queen Elsa here. Oh, everyone, come to my shop. I have the best deals ever. You snooze, you lose. Come down here. Okay, okay. I want to check. Oh, go get your cry iron here. Ooh, high quality cells. Man, these sound like some really cool sellers. Max says he's got the best cry iron in town. Let's check out how much he's got. 1 coin. Oh my God, this is a steal. He's got this for 1 coin. Oh my God. Oh my God, 1 coin. Price is wrong. This price is amazing. I will buy all of it. I'm going to buy all of it, dude. He's got 1 coin, 1 coin. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I'll give this back to him. Maybe you should price it better next time, huh? Maybe you should price it better next time. Oh my God. Oh man. All right, let's check out this Theo. This Theo said he's got some stuff. Let's see what they've got. Where are we going? It's behind, wait, behind the building? What kind of shop is this? What the heck? Oh my God. Wait. Grass for a coin? Grass for a coin, dude. That's actually a pretty good deal. Not gonna lie. That's pretty. Wheat for a coin. Potatoes for a coin. Dude, you are undervaluing yourself, sir. You could get so much more than this. You can get so much more. You can get so much more. You need to increase your... You should just sell that vendor. Oh my God. We're gonna go back to Queen. She said she's got an amazing deal. Let's see. Hello. Man, they're really taking security serious here though. Like this is kind of, this makes me, are we in like this sketch part of town? Oh my God, there's a hand coming out of there. There's a hand coming out of there. What is going on? What kind of establishment is this? She got security cams in here. She's got all kinds of stuff going on. On top of that, 16,000 for an onion totem. That is absolutely 16. Wait, you are selling onion totems more than the lobby. What the heck, dude? What the heck? Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy these. No, it's a scam. It's a scam. Totally not. What do you mean totally not? What, are you getting angry with me? This is total. This is. She says not a scam. What? You believe her? What do you mean you believe her? You can't believe her that this is not a scam, dude. Don't buy that. You are actually considering buying this? Are you kidding me? They're the best deals. No, no, they aren't. How are they? No, no. Come here, Queen. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. This guy sells them for less. 8,000, half priced of yours. Yes, yes, he does. It's right there. It's right there. It says 8,000. Oh my gosh, scammer. How is he faking? How is he faking? You only get half a totem? What? Wait, what? With me, you get a full totem. What's a full totem? Let me buy one. I have to see a full totem. It works double as well. Oh my God. She's actually claiming that hers is double. Hold on. I'm going to buy one of these. We're just going to try this out. We're going to buy one. Okay. Okay. Going to try this double full totem. The other ones don't work as well. Oh my God. This is nonsense. All right. I found a new seller and I'm curious what they've got to sell because I heard he's got cool stuff. So let's check him out. Now this is looking a little odd. The sign says cat. Let's see what he's got to sell. Wait, he's got 2 machines and wait, I can't read it. What is that? What does that say? Wait, catfish. He's selling fish for 3,000 coin. What is this madness? You know, the fish actually looks pretty good. He's a really good salesman. I don't know, there's something about this that I feel like if I didn't buy from him, something bad's gonna happen to the world. So I'm gonna have to buy. I hope this saves the world. Whoa, my God, his head is spinning. What is this madness? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Need to wake up.